So far, my working life, my career has been in Europe, and that was an amazing experience.
The news was really grim. It was one of the hot spots of Europe for COVID.
Everyone knew 20 people who had it and one person who had died. We bought a house sight unseen from Geneva. It's got character. It's got tons of character. I think that the fashion industry is littered with the bodies of people who have tried to do things too fast and too soon. Very on board with going slowly, testing and tweaking and refining until I've got it right. And so that I don't go off in flames and waste a ton of money that wasn't mine to lose in the first place. I have been working on my own namesake label. Been based in my parents' spare bedroom, still is.
A bit of Vivaldi.
And obviously we're living at my parents' place, but David's parents are just across the harbour in Wadestown.
James left thinking New Zealand was the worst place in the world.
He did.
Came back after 7 years going,
Oh, it's not so bad.
David, not in his wildest dreams, thought he would be living with us. But we're still smiling.
It's been lovely. Probably a bit longer than expected.
We've been in and around Europe for about
8 and a bit.
7 and a bit. It gets one more year every time you talk about it. Yeah. I started doing my masters at the University of Westminster in London. I could work from home, been home with Brussels.
I moved into a role in Geneva to represent New Zealand at our mission to the World Trade Organization. The news was really grim. It was one of the hot spots of Europe for COVID. I think we'd sort of already decided to come back before the pandemic struck. It worked really well for both of us, I think. But the excitement of coming back and setting up a business for James was really a big part of it.
It meant that we could focus and save quite quickly because we bought a house while we were in Geneva.
Well, I thought it was a great idea. I'm not scared of a jump. Renovated a few in our time.
Oh, I pretty much grew up in a
Love a
building
project, love a project.
I mean, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't insane. I think we've got the last house in Wellington before prices went like that.
And they're nearly there, though it doesn't quite look like anyone would be moving in a week.
We know it's not going to be finished, so, you know. Upstairs is pretty much staying as it is, which is, you know, it's got character. It's got tons of character. Oh yeah, glamorous bathroom.
The bathroom stays.
But that's all right, just needs a bit of a clean.
Oh my God, the loo.
So feral.
We're supposed to all be coming for Christmas.
Well, we don't have a stove until mid-January, so...
Oh, so we're now not coming for Christmas?
No, I think we'll do a picnic. So I'm a bargain hunter, and I bought all our whiteware in the Boxing Day sales last year, so what is that, 2020? So the garage has been full of our stuff since then. All our carry-on luggage.
We have tons and tons of books. We have a cover stitch machine.
Oh, we have another sewing machine down there, but it's all taken a little bit longer. Didn't totally expect to spend my 30th year living with my parents, but that's okay. Could be worse. I'm starting a business and we have a massive mortgage, and I mean, I reckon if it were possible, we'd probably have a kid right now as well, but we
Just sort
can't.
of doing it all at the same time, because why not?
Why not? I mean, after a certain point. Yeah, David and I have very different careers, but I think that really works. It's quite fun because we're both excited by what the other person does. They're both very high pressure. His probably more so because he affects change in the world and I make clothes. We met in a shop. Yeah, it was like a Sunday. I was working in a shop and David came in to buy a shirt.
Well, I didn't actually want to buy the shirt, but I sort of wanted an excuse to stay there a bit longer and
It wasn't a very nice shirt.
It was a terrible shirt, yeah.
I'm incredibly lucky because David is the most amazingly supportive partner you could ever possibly imagine. And my parents are equally so on board. Milkshake IPA, it sounds disgusting.
Milkshake IPA. Yeah, it's more like we're equal adults rather than being father and son.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's much nicer. So we are going to miss these guys when they go, which is next week.
Which is, well, it did not look like it was next week when we were there today.
You remember when you told us that you were gay? And you just sit down because I need to...
I didn't say you need to sit down because you were in bed. You were already sitting down.
That's true. And your mother went, oh God, is that all?
She went, is that it? Like, and I was like,
we knew that for
yeah,
years.
big moment.
We've always known that.
Okay.
I definitely thought you were too young to get married.
I know, but still going strong.
And you are still going strong, so we might have
Better than most marriages.
Might have been wrong on that one.
Just received the first delivery for 2 Squares, which is the line of slips and camisoles that I'm working on with my friend Anna. So, do you want to run wrap a skirt?
Sure.
Anna and I used to work together at Scotty's
Yes.
back in the day, which was a women's wear store.
I think he plucked up the courage to ask me for a job.
No, you said, I need a new Saturday girl, and I said, I'll be a Saturday girl.
That's right. And Scotty's had never employed a male before. And I was like, yes, let's give it a go.
Diversity.
Diversity. Oh, James, they look great.
Gorgeous colour.
Yeah. This was an idea that I'd had for a while, but I couldn't have done it without James. It just wouldn't have happened.
James is a relentless hard worker. This has just been an extra level of intensity where he's been up till kind of 2 or 3 a.m. on a weekday, working all weekend.
Yeah, but that's fine.
You know, it's
like a badge of honour these days. It's ridiculous. It is, you just do what you got to do. It's very hard to iron with a camera beside you. Well, it's like having a birthday party, isn't it? You just assume that no one's going to turn up. You know, mums from my childhood, and then mates, and then everything in between. So I'm hoping that between all of that, people show. Kia ora. So, bit behind.
Game plan.
Do you want to take over on the hems?
It's a really emotional thing to put your baby out there. There's only one day you launch your first collection.
I'm optimistic. You know, I've got huge confidence in James doing really well with his business.
COVID thing was very easy to print off.
Oh, good. It's always the worst part of hosting something is when you're like sitting there waiting for the first person to arrive.
I would not be surprised if no one comes before like 1 o'clock. I was just doing my pre-sale stuff. You know, often at fashion school, people are designing for themselves and their friends, but I often preferred hanging out with the sort of political diplomatic scene that was the other part of my life. I knew that world quite well, so why not make clothes for it? The time was right for that and for David's work as well.
You know, oversized, but oh, it's lovely. Yeah, it's so good. Do a twirl. Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, whatever people say, if they don't buy it, it's all kind of irrelevant. Alex, could you just grab me an update? Well, everyone turned up at the same time, but that's good.
I love the shirt. It's so good. Now I need to get one.
The shirt looks incredible on Vicky, doesn't it?
It looks beautiful.
Thanks.
I think we're down to our last navy blue dresses. No more downstairs. So, yay.
Today has been very successful, I think.
I'm really, really delighted, but I'm not at all surprised. Kind of always knew today was going to go really well.
But you're also very confident in your beliefs. That community support has been really, really great.
Yeah, there's something really lovely about that, coming back to New Zealand. It feels like coming home.
So hopefully we'll move into here tomorrow, I guess. So we have some tidying to do. And then this will be my studio, which I'm going to set up tomorrow. It's currently got pretty much everything in it and is a total mess.
Look at that.
More wedding photos. Like, I don't think we'll be in New Zealand forever. I think we'll keep on doing short segments.
Good. How are we feeling? Good.
We're both ambitious, but we want to live in a similar way. And I think that's why we work, because, you know, if you want to live a certain life, your ambitions have to change and move sort of around that.
I think home is where you and I are. You know, that could be a number of places, but as the plane banks over Wellington Harbour and comes into land, I do get a little moist-eyed and sentimental.